Frank Sinatra does things personally. At Christmas time, he'll personally pick dozens of presents for his close friends and family, remembering the type of jewelry they like, their favorite colors, the sizes of their shirts and dresses. When a musician friend's house was destroyed and his wife was killed in a Los Angeles mudslide a little more than a year ago, Sinatra personally came to his aid, finding the musician a new home, paying whatever hospital bills were left unpaid by the insurance, then personally supervising the furnishing of the new home, down to the replacing of the silverware, the linen, the purchase of new clothing. The same Sinatra who did this can, within the same hour, explode in a towering rage of intolerance should a small thing be incorrectly done for him by one of his paisanos. For example, when one of his men brought him a frankfurter with ketchup on it, which Sinatra apparently abhors, he angrily threw the bottle at the man, splattering ketchup all over him. Most of the men who work around Sinatra are big, but this never seems to intimidate Sinatra, nor curb his impetuous behavior with him when he's mad. They'll never take a swing back at him. He's il padrone. At other times, aiming to please, his men will overreact to his desires. When he casually observed that his big orange desert Jeep in Palm Springs seemed in need of a new painting, the word was swiftly passed down through the channels, becoming ever more urgent as it went, until finally it was a command that the Jeep be painted now, immediately, yesterday. To accomplish this would require the hiring of a special crew of painters to work all night at overtime rates, which, in turn, meant that the order had to be bucked back up the line for further approval. When it finally got back to Sinatra's desk, he didn't know what it was all about. After he figured it out, he confessed, with a tired look on his face, that he didn't care when the hell they painted the Jeep. Yet it would have been unwise for anyone to anticipate his reaction, for he is a wholly unpredictable man of many moods and great dimension, a man who responds instantaneously to instinct. Suddenly, dramatically, wildly he responds, and nobody can predict what will follow. A young lady named Jane Hogue, a reporter at Life's Los Angeles bureau who had attended the same school as Sinatra's daughter, Nancy, had once been invited to a party at Mrs. Sinatra's California home, at which Frank Sinatra, who maintains very cordial relations with his former wife, acted as host. Early in the party, Miss Hogue, while leaning against a table, accidentally with her elbow knocked over one of a pair of alabaster birds to the floor, smashing it to pieces. Suddenly, Miss Hogue recalled, Sinatra's daughter cried, "Oh, that was one of my mother's favorite." But before she could complete the sentence, Sinatra glared at her, cutting her off. And while 40 other guests in the room all stared in silence, Sinatra walked over, quickly with his finger flicked the other alabaster bird off the table, smashing it to pieces, and then put an arm gently around Jane Hogue and said, in a way that put her completely at ease, "Oh, that's okay, kid.